Morara is a sellout. I told you a while back that this guy mnafaa kumchunguza vizuri sana. This guy is a total sellout. If you people are doubting what I'm saying, kindly explain to me what is this. Tebu listen to this statement, alafu muniambie what is this statement. What is he saying in this statement? Tebu watch this.
In all things, I know this. Every single young person that is going to stand up for leadership and say that they want to change the political system in our country will face very, very big opposition. And they will be labeled projects. And I have already undergone this pain. I know how it feels. But I know that consistency breaks resistance. I know that if I consistently say the truth, and if I consistently speak about good governance and how it should be achieved, the consistency will be the one that will save me out of any lie that anybody will tell about me. Ladies and gentlemen, when people start saying that so-and-so is a project, so-and-so is a project, let's talk about projects. Now, Uhuru, the former thief, and Ruto, the current thief, met in Ishaweri. Immediately thereafter, Uhuru got cabinet positions in the cabinet. And just about that time, he started funding a candidate for 2027 using the money he stole from us, which is over 6 trillion, together with Ruto from 2013. So the thief has come to fund someone to solve a problem that they created and that they would like to continue because they earn from that problem called corruption. Really? Ruto and Uhuru, do you actually think we are that dumb? Do you actually think we are that stupid? We can see your games, and we know that Uhuru's project is also Ruto's project because they are working together. And that is why I say that the opposition in this country has lacked a vision. It has nothing else to talk about except Ruto must go. Yes, we can remove the president. Very easy. We just need to turn out in large numbers and vote. But what is the use of removing a president and replacing him with a worse person? What is the use of removing Ruto and putting Ruto Pro Max? We must seek better leadership, not just to remove a president, but to remove and replace with a better president. And vision. I encourage the youth of Kenya not to board that bus of tribalism, of clueless opposition leaders who are just uniting but do not have a vision except removing the president. Our vision must go beyond William Ruto. We must think beyond removing the president.
You've watched that video. Tell me if that guy is not a sellout or is not a project of none other than Ruto. This guy comes out as Ruto's hidden project. And there are reasons why I will say that this guy is a project. As much as he's trying to point out that Matiangi is a project of none other than President Uhuru and other politicians, he is also a project. Because why are you telling us that what plans as an opposition do we have rather than Ruto must go? That if there is no any other plan, then Ruto, you would rather prefer Ruto to stay for another 10 years. Actually, what is he saying? Ni nini ana explain hapo? There's nothing unless is a project of none other than the person is trying to push, like aendelee. But on this video, we are going to look at all the reasons why I feel like this guy is a project. But before I go into that details, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do that. Na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and for na wale wenye wanatuma kakitu pia, I really appreciate you. So guys, there's a reason why I feel like Morara is a project of none other than the person is trying to push. Why am I saying this? Guys, tell me, Morara alitokea wapi? Where did this guy come from? No one can point out where this guy exactly came from. Because remember, this guy was the same person who was with William Ruto in UDA. He was the one who was supporting Ruto in UDA. He was campaigning for Ruto. And then when immediately Ruto became the president, along the way he changed his mind and said, who sasa he's no longer supporting the government. So what is this thing that's so big that Ruto did that made him fall out with Ruto back then? Remember, he started doing this. He started falling out with Ruto way before the Gen Z protest. Number 2. This same guy was in ODM. And he has confessed. You remember even in the live interview saying that he was part of the ODM youth wing. When he was telling when he was telling off this none other than Kasmuel Makore. So this is a person who has mingled with both Raila and William Ruto. And then from nowhere he came and he started doing all those vampire diaries, and if that is where he came out. That's where Kenya started paying attention to him. This is a person who is running a very serious business. A business that if the government wants to interfere with your business, it's very easy for the government to interfere with that business. Because the furniture business is the easiest business to bring down. But remember, all this time he has been attacking the president, attacking the government and everything. He has never been touched by the system. Wamemwacha endelee na biashara yake smoothly. Even though the time they wanted to put KRA on his case, that story died. There was a time he had a case of almost 20 million fraud. Those cases died. Now, this is the same guy who went and akaanza kuhang out na akina Gashagwa, akina Karua and everything, akina Kalonzo. And remember when someone said that in all that group hiyo group yote ilikuwa imejiform akina Wamalwa, Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo, Rigathi, Gashagwa, Martha Karua, someone mentioned that there's a mole, that there's Ruto'S person in that group, and indeed that person is none other than Kebaso Morara. Why is he coming out so hard and aggressive on Matiangi the way he's coming out? Why is he coming out to call Matiangi a project? It's very simple. You know, Morara thought that he had the Gen Z support. He had the youth support. That is something that he has been feeding his mind. That he has this support from young people, and he's the president of the young people and everything. You remember even when he wanted to organize that rally in Uhuru Park, which failed terribly, because he thought that young people are going to come out, and now he's going to show the world that he's now the leader of the young people. People didn't turn up. So this guy has realized that in politics you need a solid voting bloc. You need a region that you can say that this is what I'm bringing to the table. And he has looked all over Kenya and Nairobi, and he has realized that the only place he can get that kind of support is his hometown, where he comes from. And that is the Kisii region. But there's a threat. There's a threat in the name of Matiangi. Matiangi is more popular and is more loved in the Kisii region because he also comes from that region. And now he feels like, no, he in the home, and huyu ndio anasemekana like he's the kingpin. So this is the person I need to fight. This is the person I need to fight so that I can take control pia mimi. So he's doing everything possible within his means to make sure that I'm a trash story ya Matiangi, popularity ya Matiangi in the Kisii region. Because the guy has realized that you cannot bank on the Gen Z's vote. These Gen Z's are just people that are very dynamic and they are ever changing. It's so hard to understand where they are going and where they are coming from. These are not people you can say that they support me. Even people like Babu Owino, if they think that they have the support of the Gen Z's, they need to think twice and think harder. These are not people you can bank your support on. Wanaweza kuruka the last minute. Because pia they are not people. They are people that are so hard to control. You can't control them. Raila has tried, Uhuru has these other people, Ruto has tried, and so many other people has tried, but they have failed. These are group of independent thinkers. They are people who think independently. Kila mtu anafikiria kivyake, so it's so hard to bring them on board na wafikirie kama vile watu wa kitambo walikuwa wanafikiria. So as much as I know, me personally I know, Matiangi is a project. That is the reality. But Morara coming out to call Matiangi a project is nothing short of you just a pot calling the kettle black, because he's also a project. These are two people who are projects. So Morara is just uncomfortable with the popularity and the attention that Matiangi has been receiving so far ever since he landed in the country. Now he's trying to throw trash. He's trying to trash that his popularity and everything about him. The reason I'm saying that also Matiangi is a project is because the government handle, if the government wants to control and to handle Matiangi, it's very easy. Matiangi is someone who has served in the previous government. He's someone when wameshamwekelea cases of corruption and everything. So if the government, if the president wants to deal with Matiangi and to make sure that he reduce popularity yake, it's very easy. So the fact that Matiangi can still move around and still do a lot of things, I think the government has, the system has seen that he's not a threat, or they are the one telling him, now you go and have a field day. The time they will feel like they need to control him, they will. But as at now, ameachiwa ajibambe. Same to people like Morara. But the reality is, Morara, the way he's coming out, and I told you that Morara's style of politics is not different from the style of politics here, those old politicians that we are trying to do away with. This guy is not different. This guy is a person who loves money. This guy is a person who loves good things. You can see how he dresses. You can see the opulence in him. Na bado hajapata kiti. So this is a person, if you give power, trust me, nothing will change. He will still do what other politicians are doing. Because with the little he has, ameonyesha how much he loves opulence. How much he loves the good things in life and everything. So this cannot be a servant leader. This is a person mwenye mkieka hapo, yeye pia ataona tu njia ya kuji-enrich na ku-enrich familia yake na ku-make sure that amekuwa sawa, he has enjoyed the good things in life. So don't think that people like Akina Morara will come and change this thing. And that is why I love the young people, the Gen Z. The Gen Zs are people you can't fool. They can see through you. And you see, he has noticed that the Gen Zs are no longer paying attention to him. Now he's looking for somewhere whereby he can start now causing drama and start playing the old politics. The old politics of attacking people and building your profile in the process. Because he has realized that the Gen Zs have been calling him off. You know, Gen Zs are smart. They can pay attention, even the slightest of the details. They can pay attention to it. So, I know many people have come out to me. I did a video about Matiangi being not going anywhere in 2027. And I think many people have not taken it the kindly, but that is okay. It is, you know, I always say, it is okay to disagree. It is okay to disagree. It is okay to be disappointed. It is okay to feel like, huyu jamaa anaongea vitu zenye mimi sitaki kusikia. It is okay. That is politics. But don't let it get too personal, ama usianze kuifanya ikuwe matusi. Because as much as we are, you know, even people who used to love and people who love Raila, there was a time you couldn't tell him anything about Raila, and one of them was me here. Mimi ngeniambia Raila hatakuwa president 2022, my friend, I will tell you no. I will call you off. I will tell you no, forget about that. Raila will be president no matter what. Like the stars have aligned and everything have aligned and everything. until when he lost the election. So always approach politics with an open mind. Always approach politics with the fact that not everyone will see things from the way you see it. The same way with me. I know not everyone always takes my opinion from the position where me naona. There are those who will agree, there are those who will say, hey, hapa, I don't agree with you. It is okay. It is okay. Just don't let it go to a point where sasa unatusi mtu juu ya siasa. Sasa unafeel mtu juu ya 1 2 3. No. Let's be objective, let's act maturely. Hata mtu ukidisagree na mtu, just share your opinion. Just tell people, mimi I disagree with you because of 1 2 3 4 things. Weka hasira kando. Yani you don't prove anything by insulting someone ama by kukuja na hasira. You don't prove anything by that. In fact, it only shows how immature you are. So just put your point across and put it in a way that hata mtu akikuja akirespond ana feel, hey, okay, enyewe you have some points here. But weka hasira kando. Siasa itaki hasira. Muliambiwa vizuri na Mandago. Siasa ni kitu unaweka kwa lungs. Unapumua fu na inaisha. Because these politicians keep on changing. The Matiangi that you feel like maybe he can be the president, kesho utapata step down, amesema no, I'm not interested, I'm supporting so and so. Utafanya nini? What will you do? Yet you've been hating, insulting people and everything and calling people names in the name of the politicians. So let's mature, and that's why I created this space. I created this space so that we can have a place whereby we can discuss politics without anyone feeling like he can be insulted, he can be attacked, he can be nini. That is why I created this safe space. So these are safe space for everyone, and that's why in every video I always insist, usitukane mtu. Let's try and share our ideas without people insulting and attacking each other. Let's create a platform whereby everyone can express their opinion and no one will feel like he's being judged harshly or is being insulted. Anyway guys, share your opinion on Morara platform, on Morara hapo chini. For me, I feel like this guy is a project. As much as I might agree with him to some extent that Matiangi can also be a project, being the fact that I feel like he's strongly being pushed by Uhuru, he can be a project. They say, but I also feel like he's also a project because there's no way like he has been operating the way he has been operating and things are just okay. He's also a project. But from the two people, who do you think will be the kingpin of the Kisii region? Because I feel like Morara is fighting for attention from the Kisii region. He's fighting for attention now that he has realized that he must have a voting block. He's fighting for attention. He wants also to have a cake of the Kisii votes. So you guys from that region, do you feel like Morara has come of age to challenge Matiangi? And do you think that Matiangi, even if he's a presidential candidate, he will really go far? Because the truth of the matter is, for him to be president, he needs support of the other regions. So just tell me the matrix. How will he come out? How will he win? What is hesabu zinakaaje? Do that in the comment section and I will really appreciate. Until next time, thank you. Bye bye.
The African Update.